So, steigen wir mal kurz in die Uhren ein. Und zwar 9 Minuten von meinem Freund Watch Eric aus Miami. Was hat er zu sagen heute? Gib uns mal einen Einblick in den US-Markt.
Your first investment watch. Here are 5 things to consider before pulling the trigger. Number 1 is going to be pretty obvious. I hate to say it, but the most important thing you got to check is this watch even an investment? I say this because nowadays, if you're going to buy, for example, a Big Bang in rose gold, it's not really considered much of an investment piece right now due to the fact that they're not really holding strong in the market. So is this watch that I'm interested in an investment? Look, every single investment watch doesn't necessarily have to be a Patek or a Rolex. There are plenty of brands out there that hold value, like for example, an Omega. But the question is the model that I'm choosing, is there a demand for it? Is it something that's steadily rising or at least holding price? This is the type of hobby that you could spend X amount of dollars. And in reality, compared to other.
Ich habe heute mit Mizet noch gesprochen, ne? Omega Reduced ist schon heftig, ne? Wir haben jetzt so ein paar Uhren zurückgekauft. Also wir hatten mal jetzt jemand, wo wir eine Uhr zurückgekauft haben, der hat die im November letzten Jahres gekauft. Oder? November, glaube ich. November letzten Jahres. Für 2200 Euro oder so. Omega Reduced ohne Papiere, ne? 2200 Euro. Heute liegt die ohne Papiere bei 2,8. Oder? Wie war das nochmal? Ich glaube von 2,2 auf 2,8 jetzt, ne?
Still be in a form of an investment. I used to say when I was buying a watch that I wasn't spending $10,000 on a watch. I was saving $10,000 on a watch. Nowadays, watch prices are steadily rising, so people are seeing them more and more like investments. But even then, you got to ask yourself the question when you're buying this watch, what if the market takes a dip? Would you lose your ass on this watch? So you want to be very careful because there's a lot of off brands. Give you an example. If you bought a rose gold Cartier C timer for retail price, that's not an investment watch. Number 2, do a quick market research on the watch you're trying to buy. This is important because clearly you need to make sure that the price you're paying is within the right range. I never really like to use Chrono 24 for prices because, let's just face it, the prices are crazy. On one end, there's prices that are very, very low, probably because they don't have the watch and they want to do a bait and switch and try to sell you something else. And then on the other hand, they got these really high prices hoping to catch a sucker. I tell people all the time, go on Chrono 24 and see what the price of the Hublot King Power 48 millimeters going for in rose gold. They want pretty much retail price for it. They want 48,000 when I won't even give you 12. But, however, you can go on Chrono 24 and get an idea. If the price that you're paying is way higher than the highest one for sale, then obviously that's kind of an expensive price for.
Ja, also natürlich, wenn der Markt sehr klein ist, dann. Es gibt so ein paar Kriterien, ne, wo er gerade drüber spricht. Also Chrono24 ist natürlich, eBay zum Beispiel macht jetzt auch sehr viel Werbung für Uhren. Es ist so, man kann es natürlich irgendwo als Preisindikator sehen, aber es gibt schon ein paar andere Sachen, die man auch mit reinrechnen soll. Zum Beispiel, okay, bei der Reduced. Natürlich findet man jetzt jemanden, der im Ausland ist, da kann man eine Omega Reduced kaufen, vielleicht für 100 Euro oder 200 Euro weniger. Hat aber keine Garantie und Leistungsansprüche. Wenn irgendwas sein sollte, bei einer Vintage-Uhr kann es immer mal vorkommen. Da würde ich persönlich immer einen Händler aus Deutschland machen. Das ist aber auch meine Erfahrungswerte, weil ich schon diverse Händler oder B2B-Probleme mit Händlern aus dem Ausland hatte. Ist immer blöd. Du hast nie einen Ansprechpartner und du kannst, also es ist immer, gerade mit Italienern und so, ist immer sehr problematisch. Von daher, ein lokaler Händler, das mache ich übrigens auch bei Autos. Also vielleicht wissen das auch andere Leute bei Autos, wenn man jetzt da aus dem Ausland kauft. Ich persönlich fühle mich nicht so wohl damit, aber vielleicht andere Leute sagen, nö, mir ist es egal, dann kann man auch die aus dem Ausland nehmen. Bei Chrono24 ist es natürlich so, man kann weltweit alle Uhren bestellen, aber wenn eine Uhr nach Deutschland kommt, muss sie halt verzollt werden. Ne? Das ist natürlich auch dann der andere Fall. Ansonsten ist es so, man muss schauen, was halt der Lieferumfang ist. Das heißt, auf den ersten Blick sind die Angebote aufgrund der Referenznummern und Box und Papier natürlich vergleichbar. Ne? Natürlich, wenn jetzt so eine GMT Master Batman, man gibt die Referenznummern und natürlich sieht man dann, okay, wie wird die gehandelt und so weiter. Am Ende ist aber die Frage, Box, Papers, Hangtags, Booklets, bla bla, was ist da dabei und so, ne? Von daher ist dann wieder, ich sag euch so, wie es ist, bei so einer Uhr jetzt, bei so einer, das ist jetzt keine Zenith, das ist normal, aber bei so einer Zenith Daytona zum Beispiel, kostet allein das Booklet, wenn man das Original hat, 500 Euro, mindestens, 500 bis 700 Euro. Muss man halt am Ende darauf achten, dass man einfach von einem Händler kauft, dem man irgendwie auch vertraut. Zum Beispiel, was ihr jetzt nicht wissen könnt, es gibt zurzeit einen anderen Händler, der verkauft auch ein Logo-Dial. Ich glaube aber, Saudi ist da. Ich will jetzt nichts sagen. Da ist aber der Verkaufsstempel aus Frankreich. Oder Belgien, glaube ich. Belgien, ich weiß auch nicht. So, das heißt, also Rolex wird jetzt nicht nach Belgien eine UAE-Uhr liefern. So, von daher, das muss alles zusammenpassen. Gerade bei diesen speziellen Uhren ist es wichtig, dass man halt, ja, man muss einfach von einem Händler kaufen, dem man halt vertraut. Also, ne, so eine Uhr kann halt nur über UAE vertrieben werden.
For that watch. So do a little homework. Go on eBay. Check and try to see some listing online, but get a general idea to see if you're getting a decent deal. That is obviously one of the most important things if you're trying to buy an investment piece. If you're trying to buy a watch just for yourself and you really don't care, then go on with your bad self. It really doesn't matter. So obviously call around, look around, and see what the prices are for this watch in the market so you can educate yourself. Clearly at this point right now in the game, you can't go by the retail price. So if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that button now. Number 3, make sure you're buying off a reputable dealer or company. You know, who is this person that you're buying off of? You got to do your homework on them. If it's from the internet, a lot of times I like to buy from the same country that I'm in. For example, I'm in the US. I feel a lot more comfortable buying off of a dealer in the US. Not only so
Guck mal. Genau, was ich eben gesagt habe.
much about because of the person, but having to do with the whole importation of the watch and the taxes, and I don't have to deal with all that. But you want to do your homework on the company. You know, like they say, sometimes if the price is too good, it might be too good to be true. I'd rather pay a little bit more and at least know I'm buying from a reputable source so that later on, perhaps when I want to do a trade or make another move, I can build a rapport with that company and sell the watch back to them, which in turn makes for a longer relationship with that company. Some other things you want to check on are form of payment and also return policy. You know, it really shouldn't be a final sale if you're buying something like this. Any good company would give you at least a couple days to figure out if it's the right fit or if
Dafür haben wir in Europa sowieso ne, dieses, wie heißt das, Verbrauchergesetz, 14 Tage Rückgaberecht, ne?
perhaps maybe you even like the condition that they promised. So you want to check all those things. Do your homework on the company, read the reviews, or maybe just ask around and check up for their reputation. Asking around is important. You can't always go just by the reviews because there's people out there that will never be satisfied. Let's just face it. Their expectations are just way too high, and a review alone doesn't necessarily describe the entire history of a company. Number 4, what comes with the watch? These are important questions. Does it have the
Gutes
papers,
Video.
the box, all the links? Some of these things have a little gold pusher that's part of the whole package. Does it have any warranty? Not necessarily manufacturer's warranty, because some of these watches, they pretty much don't break, and the manufacturers don't even cover anything. But for some of these watches that are already out of production, you want to know if the company is at least giving you a year warranty or something. Ask questions. What comes with the watch? If you're buying something that's really special, really rare, and you're paying a premium, then really you want to make sure it has the most possible. Because if it doesn't have the box or the papers, that can also still be an investment piece, but the price is going to be a little bit different. I'm the type of guy that I always say, I'm more of a price and condition type of buyer. I don't really care what watch or model.
Also zum Beispiel bei mir ist so, wie er gerade gesagt hat, er schaut auf den Zustand und auf den Preis. Bei mir ist es so, ich schaue im Wesentlichen das Wichtigste, mir ist am wichtigsten das Set, so die Geschichte. Also was ist die Geschichte? Sondern mir ist das Set wichtig. Mir ist wichtig, was dabei ist. Box, Papers und so weiter. Zum Beispiel bei meinem alten Arbeitgeber war es so, wir haben auch sehr viele Uhren ohne die damaligen Garantiezertifikate verkauft. Das ist jetzt nicht schlecht. Also man kann auch eine Uhr ohne Papers kaufen. Easy, gar kein Problem. Da spricht auch nichts gegen. weil am Ende sind halt nur eine Plastikkarte, die sowieso abgelaufen ist. Darum geht es jetzt nicht. Aber ich sag, ich kaufe am liebsten, am allerliebsten und ich bin auch bereit, ein bisschen mehr zu bezahlen, wenn halt alles irgendwie dabei ist. Noch die Originalrechnung und so weiter. Und am Ende, das ist so wie in der Immobilienbranche. Wenn du eine 1A-Lage kaufst, wirst du auch immer am meisten wiederbekommen. Also selbst wenn der Markt runtergeht, 1A-Lage bleibt 1A-Lage. Und von daher, so ist es bei Uhren auch. Wenn du das Beste kaufst, im besten Lieferumfang, wird es auch immer das Beste bleiben.
It is, as long as the price is right, that's really what matters to me. I'll take a super no papers over one that's full set that kind of went and did 3 tours in South Beach and returned.
Da kaufen sich andere einen Pullover für oder ein T-Shirt hier von irgendwelchen Marken hier, Balenciaga oder wie die Sachen heißen.
All mangled. That's just my personal opinion because some watches, once they get damaged to a certain point, they can't be fixed. And when you're thinking about long-term investment, that's going to be the one thing that you're going to be looking out for. So just ask those questions because this happened to me too. I get all excited and then by the time it's already at your house, it might be too late to figure out that it didn't have this and it didn't have that. Everybody has different expectations of what they're buying. Some people want only brand new. Other people have to have full set. Then you have what I call a collector set, which has pretty much everything with even maybe a signed card from the person that originally sold it to the first buyer. But ask the questions, now's the time. Number 5, last and final, and for me it's almost one of the most important as well, is am I going to like this watch 3 to 5 years from now? Because if you're quote unquote buying an investment piece, not that you have to hold it for 20, 30 years, but in reality you're thinking you're gonna buy something for a while and have it and enjoy it and hopefully have all your money there. Is it something that you're gonna like? Or is it something that you just like right now and maybe 6 months down the line you're not gonna like? So you wanna ask yourself, if it's gonna be a long-term investment piece, is it a classic? Is it something that's good for all sorts of occasions? Is it something I'm gonna like later on? This happens to me all the time. I mean, I have watches that have been my favorite watch today, and tomorrow, well, not exactly tomorrow, but a couple years from now, it's just not that special. But then again, there's watches like, I hate to say it because it's just, you know, plain boring Rolex, but something like a Submariner, a Presidential, things like that, they really never get boring, for me at least. It's something that's timeless. It's almost like a black suit. You can always wear it at any time, at any place. So you want to ask yourself that question. Is this something I'm gonna like in the future? Because if it's something too exotic, too niche, too specific, that could be a problem in the long run, not only for you liking it, but also for the resale. So if you're ready to pull the trigger, these are 5 quick things you can check on to make sure you're going on the right track. Feel free to comment below if there's anything that you think I might have missed. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my new YouTube channel.
Ja, also finde ich, hat er viele Valid Points gebracht und